Hello, Jennifer. First, could you talk a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, your early academic interests, and what you consider your own areas of expertise?
Sure. Well, I'm Jennifer Stewart, the director of the School of Public Policy and Administration. I am an economist with research interests in labor and health economics, with a focus on women and child outcomes. I'm a quantitative researcher, and I use data throughout my research projects. I believe it is essential to understand data and statistics in order to analyze policy. A little about myself. I am from Western Canada. I grew up in Edmonton, went to high school on Vancouver Island, and did my undergraduate at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. But I've now lived in Ontario longer than I've lived outside of it. My academic background, I was always keen on math. In grade 3, we were given a coloring book on occupations, and I still remember this very clearly. And I was so amazed to learn that you could be a mathematician. That's when I decided I wanted to do math. But then in my first year of university, I took economics and I found my true home.
All right, great. How long have you been working at the SPPA, and what kind of brought you to start your work here at the school?
I arrived at the school in 2003, the summer of the big Northeast blackout, which now I realize some of the students might not remember. But at that time, our offices were on the 10th and 11th floors of Dunton Tower. So that made quite an impression, not being able to use elevators, and therefore most of us not going to our offices. I came to Carleton and to the School of Public Policy because as a health economist, I was familiar with interdisciplinary work. And I knew the school was an environment in which I would be able to explore a wide variety of research interests and policy issues. Plus, I would be able to use different theoretical approaches and methodologies when I looked at the questions that I wanted to explore.
Great. So can you tell me about the courses you currently teach, what they are, what they involve, and what they aim to teach students?
So I'm currently teaching the quantitative methods course for the Masters in Public Policy and Administration. I've taught this course every year I've been teaching at Carleton, just about, and I believe it is a fundamental course to prepare students for the study of policy. So in this course, we introduce students to data and statistics, pretty important skills in today's world. We assume students have no prior knowledge of statistics, but they need to remember grade 12 math. We start by learning how to describe a single variable, and we end the course by being able to describe the relationship between multiple variables. So it's quite a big learning process. And students also are given the opportunity to learn some statistical software. In the course, I like to base a lot of the questions and assignments on real data, so that this way students have clear examples of how their new knowledge can be applied to the real world and how they can use it to answer interesting, relevant policy questions. So this year, we're embarking on a new initiative, and we're going to be using questions and examples that address equity, diversity, and inclusion issues. So this year, I'm really excited to see how students are going to take to learning statistics, given that at the same time, they're going to learn about these very topical questions, questions that have just dominated the media for the last couple years.
That sounds great. Can you tell me about what you find exciting about teaching one of the courses you mentioned?
Well, I feel that knowing where data is, how to access it, and how to analyze it is an important skill for anyone working in policy. So ensuring that our students have that basis is just so important to me. What I find exciting is when I talk to students who have completed the course, whether they completed it with me or one of our other instructors, and discover that they're using those tools in their research papers for other courses. So seeing students take these basic building blocks and build something new is very exciting and very rewarding.
Excellent. Can you share one of your favorite memories from your time at the school?
Sure, my best memory. I guess I'd actually say that's best memories. So when I see former students and find out what they're doing, I'm always so interested, right? An MPPA can take students all over the place, and I like to see where they go. But I'm also terribly pleased when they tell me how glad they were to have taken statistics from us.